I was a tall, fat kid with braces and acne, so obviously that's not exactly a good position to be in. You can just be walking along, minding your own business, get punched in the face. I mean, it's over in a nanosecond. But I mean, let's face it, that's enough to ruin anybody's day.
Did that happen to you?
Yes.
And 34-year-old Gabe Howard says it happened a lot his junior year at Northland High School.
It happened repeatedly, and I brought it to teachers, I brought it to principals, I brought it to my parents, and the siren call 15 years ago, 16 years ago, 17 years ago when this was happening was boys will be boys, let it go, you got to stand up for yourself. If you can't back it up, this is how the world is. And it sort of starts to, you start to get the idea that this is how the world is.
Gabe tells me his fear of getting punched kept him from ever going to the bathroom or even the water fountain. And he stopped going to class, spending the day in a library, and no one noticed, he says, for months. He was sent to DeSales to finish his junior year, then finished high school in Pennsylvania. The immediate threat relieved. But he tells me the damage was done, and scars took a long time to heal. One of those wounds led to eating problems and immense weight gain to 550 pounds.
Yeah, it took years of therapy.
Gabe did come through it, and with surgery and diet lost over 300 pounds. It took him more than a decade to not be consumed with the fear that any conversation with a stranger would end in being attacked. He now works in fundraising for the National Alliance on Mental Illness and says he knows others now in their 40s who have never fully recovered from being bullied, and spares no passion when he tells me where he thinks responsibility rests for what he and others have gone through.
I have no idea what those kids went on to do. And in fact, I don't necessarily wish them ill will, but every single teacher and administrator that ignored a 15-year-old looking for help, I remember their names. And it's getting better, and I'm not saying that all schools aren't doing it, and I'm not saying that all teachers are bad, and I hope that this part doesn't get cut out of the interview, of course, but the teachers that are doing something about it can only work if everybody's on board.
I told Howard about House Bill 115 requiring schools to teach students anti-bullying policy in class or assembly settings. He says it's a start, but only consistent zero tolerance and enforcement will ever work.
I hate to say that an assembly is a bad thing, but once again, if I could give a speech and prevent people from doing bad, well, hell, that'd be awesome. But I'm not that guy, and I don't think that guy exists.